Yeah, today my energy may not be on 20, 10, or none of that. It might not even be up at the highest, which is 100. It's only because I'm going through it, like most people do who work a 9 to 5. I always sit back and be thinking, like, man, why I'm not at my next level yet? Like, I constantly look for new jobs. I constantly do this. I constantly do that. But for some reason, at my job, like, because my job insecurity actually helped me figure out what I want to do in my life. And I told myself I want to just be a brand clothes owner. Make clothing for a living. That's my thing. But working at this type of job don't allow you to get what you need so you can make your brand. And the cold part about it is, I wish somebody would launch me a GoFundMe. Like, I'm alive and well. Why is it that people who got a dream, or people that's like doing what they need to do to make their dream come true, it take a lot to make it come true? And then what's cold about it is that it's like we don't matter. It's like sometimes I feel like I don't even exist. I don't matter because I'm not doing, or I'm not living in my purpose. And everybody be talking about this leap of faith, leap of faith. Yeah, you could take a leap of faith, and then next you going through it. Meaning, I understand how a lot of people be leap of faith, but then you look at what's going on in the world too. You be like, hold up, I don't know if that leap is worth taking it right now. You feel me? And a lot of entrepreneurs, that's another thing that get me mad with serial entrepreneurs. And I say serial because those be the ones that be serious. They get on camera, they say, "Oh, this is what I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you," and they don't teach you shit. So I'd be like, bro, what's going on? I sit back and watch people who be having courses for like 200, 300, $400, $500. But my thing is, if you teaching somebody something, like, I respect the entrepreneurs. I feel like the knowledge is supposed to be free. But that's the reason why you go to the library for and you look it up. But I'm saying, like, I respect the entrepreneurs that actually have ebooks that you could download free. Like, those are the ones that's gonna make it far because they got an ebook that you could download. You actually get knowledge off of it. You feel me? Um, like, it's just certain things don't make sense to me. It's crazy. Um, for me, I just be feeling like, what am I missing out on, or what am I missing that got me feeling like, bro, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing right on this planet? Am I supposed to just, like, a lot of y'all don't know, like, I battle with my old side too. I battle with the new me versus the old me. The old me would be like, you know what, this, like, I'm finna go, I'm finna go do my thing. I'm gonna give me some money and just do it that way. The new me be like, nah, it's not worth it. You feel me? It's just better to just plan, strategize, and focus on what you need to do so that way you can make your dreams and your goals happen. And I ain't gonna lie, I get kind of impatient too because I feel like, man, I ain't hit my goal. I ain't hit my mark at where I want to be in life. And I do get kind of frustrated because it's funny to me that you could sit back and watch all the goofies, the clowns, the wannabes, the people that's not doing that really ain't living like that, and they sit back getting it's like they living off your blood, sweat, and tears because they could rap good or they could play sports good. But what about the person who probably ain't as talented in sports but got the mind of we got like a mind of Albert Einstein or something, or we like very, intuitive and very smart, and we could think ahead, like, and strategize and plan for stuff that's ahead. You feel me? Like, what about them people? Like, the world overlooked them, but they will focus on these sucker ass rappers and basketball sports players. And I don't like that. That's what I don't like about life. It don't make me feel like sometimes they always say you can tell yourself you're appreciative or you be appreciative for life, or just look at yourself in the mirror and say, you love yourself and you're appreciative. Yeah, I have my days where I do that. But, I don't get why. Like, that's another thing. We praise people for getting college degrees when college degrees ain't shit but a piece of paper. If a high school diploma ain't shit but a piece of paper, why does a college degree even matter? It doesn't make sense. Like, the world ain't been making sense for some years now, and it's sad that it took for one person to get in office and just like mess everything up to where we actually see it. Like, hold up, that don't make sense. It wasn't never like that, like, and it's a trip. You feel me? And sometimes I don't want to get on this social media because it's like I said, I don't want to be, I'm not aiming for top YouTuber. I just want to be a YouTuber that actually get views and get money. Like, and the hardest part sometimes is getting on here is knowing, like, man, you ain't at that mark yet where, you may not be at 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers so you can get paid. But like I said, I sit back and watch some of these other YouTubers. They sit back and talk about anything, God knows what. And I'd be like, bro, sometimes this ain't even worth talking about. Like certain things ain't worth talking about. Okay, like I'm gonna use this for example, like the Dwight Howard thing, bro. In my right mind, like, and everybody else who's a man, like, who really, like, on the outside looking in, yeah, whatever he did, he gonna have to pay retribution. He gonna get paid retribution and karma for that. You don't do nothing to no kid. You don't hurt no kid and to think it's okay. But come on now, when that dude had his Rolls Royce truck and he unlocked it with a ring, who didn't think that was kind of like, let's go before they come activity? Like, I was like, hold up, that's real suspect. Up, have a ring and touch the hood ornament on your car. That look real sweet to me. I was like, hold on, that don't look right. Like a regular man would just use his key, and that's when I knew like the red flags was there. It's like, okay. Then they got clips of dude allegedly, and even when he in the game, he doing little sus stuff, and you like, bro, what's going on? That's why I stopped watching I stopped watching basketball, football, like a lot of male sports. I really don't watch like that. And I ain't knocking nobody. If that's your thing, do it. You feel me? Somebody said, Holly K Wood 788. Hello, hello. Like I was saying, that's your thing if that's the sport you into. But at the same time, it's like I don't agree with nobody that rebuking them that way. Because one thing about me, I always say I would never want to be in nobody's position or in nobody's shoes like that. I do not play Fortnite. I'm more of a I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I play Nintendo 64. I got a PS5 that I don't even play, bro. Like, only because it's so boring. You can only play GTA San Andreas so many times. You can play Vice City so many times. You can play GTA 5 so many times. You can play GTA 3 so many times. Like, I was trying to get Call of Duty, but when Call of Duty dropped on PS5, they talking about like it was a crazy amount of money. I'm like, I ain't got that much money for no Call of Duty. And then on top of that, they want you to buy the packs that come with it, bro. I'm not finna do that. If I'm not finna pay for GTA with they little different story modes, I'm not finna do that for Call of Duty. Oh, that's what's up. Congratulations to all the Call of the Fortnite players. I'm sorry. Congratulations to all the Fortnite players, but Fortnite and Roblox I seen on this YouTube space that they got some of them PDFs on there. So anybody out there that's grown, make sure you monitor your kids on that, because I already told mine she not allowed to play it. And if I tell mine something, she understands, and she understand her daddy doing it for the right reason. So mines don't play that, but rebuke them with Yahweh, because that's what I'm saying. It's all on the same subject. Like, that's not okay for any kid to be, like, we wasn't even supposed to be playing San Andreas at 12. But we used to sneak and play it. Our older relatives used to let us play it only because they like, eventually, they going to learn what this game is anyway. But they taught us, don't do what you see in this game. I don't care if it's, whatever you do in San Andreas, do not do in real life. They taught us that. And that's why I'm not going to say all our kids, like all the kids in the world, learn, because some kids really get on GTA and be thinking it's real life. Because then you got to think about it. If a person just stole a Benz in GTA 5, and they see that same exact Benz in real life, and they don't know no better, and ain't nobody teaching them that, they just playing the game, what you think gonna happen? They gonna go out there and think they can really do it, and then it'll cost them their life. And then they want to blame the people that make these games. No, you gotta blame yourself as an adult and a human being and say, you know what? I'm gonna make sure, even though I might let my kids play this, hey, you don't do this in real life. It's that simple. But like I said, with the Dwight Howard thing, bro, that's not cool. And then I'm sitting back, like I said this years prior, like a lot of YouTubers and a lot of big personalities, the who's of what, like the people of the world, they really like going through it to where it's like I get kind of scared, because I kind of predicted it. Like, in a minute, nobody gonna be praising YouTubers because of the goofy stuff the ones that got money do. And I respect the ones that give back, though. I'll give it to the ones that give back. But the ones that don't give back, they get on here and they flaunt their little jewelry and all that. That's cool, but don't cry. Because I see a lot of them crying in the background, too. Like, man, I went to the Belly Center and they hit me one time. Or I got took for all my jewelry in L.A. That's because you keep doing stupid stuff. Like, it's a way to move. It ain't just in one city or one state. It's all across the board, bro. Like, and unfortunately, we don't teach. Like, I'm going to tell you this. The difference between me and like let's see, Like, okay, we all start off as this. We all start off at the bottom, and we get to the top, or we get some money, and we gonna spend a little. Like, I would spend a little on jewelry. I wouldn't spend on no big ass jewelry. I'll spend some on little, right? But you see how the YouTubers change once they get some money, and they get to having the little, they get to going crazy on people, like, like I seen how what's the dude name? It's a YouTuber, but he was wilding out on like a server or something. He said something crazy to them, and I'm like, bro, you don't talk to no human being like that, like, cause in regular life, if you was to do that without your fame, they'd probably get off their break and whoop you. You feel me? Like, whoop you out your shoes. Like, it's bad because that's the difference is like the bigger YouTubers, they like to shadow or they like to hate on the smaller YouTubers. And I'd be like, what's the point of hating for? Because most of the big YouTubers are streamers now. And it's like streaming, like I just seen a video saying how streamers don't make money. I've been said this last year or the year before. I said streamers, they're not gonna make no money from that and they're not gonna be as cool as YouTubers. But at the end of the day, it's like the world is crashing and burning. Not to mention, I don't get like what's the difference? Okay, why is it that people could like Mr. Beast? He could set a GoFundMe up for people or one of his fans that need a car or something. But if you try to set up a GoFundMe to help you start a business or help you take care of bills, they like, nah, that's not cool. We can't allow that. Like, why is it like that? Like, that don't make sense to me. Like, and I don't get it. Like, what's the point of having GoFundMe if you really can't help those or, somebody help you? You feel me? Like, I just don't get it. And I don't know. Like, we could, like, it could be a teenager, a little girl, a teenager that's 16 right now crying about how she don't have a car to get back to school. And then, like, we'll just say, like, a person like Shaq, because Shaq done this before. Shaq will go buy her a car. But you can't go holler at Shaq and be like, hey, Shaq, I see this one entrepreneur dude or this one entrepreneur woman. They working on a brand. They got this nice brand that I think you should invest in. Like, what's the difference? It's the same thing. If he gonna invest in a car for somebody, I feel like he should help entrepreneurs. But he said he has this little program where he help entrepreneurs. But I don't know what it is about these programs. These programs, they have all these loops and hoops and jumps and stuff that you gotta go through so you can actually become a actual entrepreneur. But everybody know in the streets, if you could sell, let's just say if you could sell the medical leaf, if you could sell the medical leaf, you could sell anything. Or if you could sell like toys and candy, you could sell anything. But they won't call that being an entrepreneur. And there's only so far you can go with it because everybody like even that guy hating it. Like, somebody will call the police, oh yeah, this person don't got a seller's permit, they selling candy. And the police would be like, bro, they kids, like, or ma'am, they're kids, like, leave them alone. Like, why is it always a hater thing when you becoming somebody or you trying to become somebody? Like, my thing was, even when I wasn't trying to be somebody, I still was somebody. And now that I want to be somebody, people be like, no, he's nobody. But I'm really the type of person I can really stop a lot of things happening from people too. Cause I know exactly all the little hot spots in LA. I could really not on no big you thing. I'm saying like on some real humble stuff, like, hey bro, I wouldn't go over there on Melrose. A lot of people go over there and shop. Like, giving advice. I don't want no money from it. I'm just trying to make sure nobody get hurt or get took. But people will sit here and cloud chase and be like, oh yeah, such and such said such and such up because he told them not to. No, ideally, if you sit here and say, I know a spot that's better than there, we not going there, follow me. Like, a lot of people know this. The little shit in Hollywood or Hollywood or wherever the wealthy parts is in any state or city, that's not where all the good food at. All the good food is in the hood spots. So, if you want some good pizza, some good chicken, some good burgers, or some good tacos, you got to go in the hood. All the other shit is just watered down. It's not good. You'll sit there and pay $5,000 for a steak when you can go to a Mexican restaurant right now and they'll cook you a big ass nice steak for the low. And you ain't got to pay that much. You can sit there and dine in peace and get your food and get out of there. Or if you could take your food and go. But no, it take us to go to Maestro's and go spend $200 on a steak, whatever, how much it is. And the experience be watered the fuck down. Everybody in the restaurant looking at you crazy because you black. Or, you just, like, we like to stand out sometimes. But me, I wouldn't do that. Somebody said, oh, what up, twin? True. Yeah, so I'm like, bro, I don't really go to the nice spots. Like I worked in the nice spots and be like, hell no, I can't work over here. It ain't a mental thing. It's just you don't feel comfortable. You don't feel safe. And the thing is, you can fit in wherever you want to go. It's just on them side of towns, it's way more harsh and like way more harsh, and they strategic on how they try to like get you in trouble. Like you might think you tell somebody, hey, such and such just told me to do this, but then like at a job like that, I worked at a place like that, like where I had to go tell somebody, hey, such and such just said this, but then they go and then they lie to such and such. Oh, I didn't tell such and such that, and you like looking at them crazy, like you just told me to tell them that though, and they like, no, I didn't want you to tell them that. I want you to like basically like it's like if you didn't want me to tell them, why did you have me go tell them? Like playing those stupid ass games. That's another thing I don't like about security. That's another reason why I want out of security. Like I want to be out of security so bad, bro. Like it ain't even funny. It did its job, and it's still doing its job. But help me provide for my family. It's no point. I mean, not no problem. Like it's like I feel like security. If we had like a union and we had like better opportunities, we could go further. But see, it's like a ladder of chain command where it's full of bullshit and politics where it don't even make sense. So you feel me? Like me, I got that's the reason why I really want to get out of this shit. Oh yeah, I don't like stuff like that. Yeah, cause twin, it's like this. Motherfucker sit there and know you one of the hardest workers in that bitch. And they'll sit back and won't say nothing. They'll let you work hard, work hard, work hard, and give the position that they know you want it to a straight fuck up. And you like, hold up, bro, like, like I wasn't just sitting here or like I wasn't standing here or I wasn't like helping people doing this. Like you go above and beyond in this shit and they look at you fucking crazy like, well, and they'll give it to the motherfucker that's always late, that comes smelling like weed. Motherfucker that like he be ducked off on his break with females, or she be ducked off in the car with niggas. Like that's the type of shit they do in security. And I be wanting like my main question to Kendrick Lamar, if this video was to ever go viral and get to him, my question is, bro, you said you worked in security, like why you ain't try to be like a spokesperson or like to fight for a union for for young Black Americans or whoever, you feel me? It ain't just gotta be Black people, but why wouldn't you fight for like getting a union to actually help those that actually work this type of shit? You know how it is already, like that's another thing I don't get about celebs. Like they act like most of them act like, oh, I never worked a job in my life, or they lying about it. Like, what's so bad about working a job, bro? Like I said, I always say this, and I ain't saying this to make nobody feel insecure or feel less than, but at the same time, I did both. One foot in, one foot out, even though it don't work. But at one point, I did kind of balance it. Like, something may have just cracked off. Oh man, whatever. Then you still gotta go to work the later that day. It's like that's why people don't understand how certain races, especially Black people, we so strong and we could go from where we just lost somebody a day before and we go to work like nothing happened because it's an everyday thing for us. It occur every day. It don't stop for us. Like little Janie may go to she may go to her job and be heartbroken. Oh my God, my friend such and such. My friend Tom passed away yesterday. Rebuking him Yahweh, but my friend Tom passed away. I don't know how I'm gonna cope with this. I seen a girl come to work after she just seen somebody get unalived in front of her about catching a bus to work at LAX at that, and she didn't want to be there. But I'm like, hey, you already here. I understand you just seen some traumatic stuff. That's coming from somebody who I done seen traumatic stuff happen too. But at the same time, you already here. You might as well get your money and go home. Feel me? It ain't gonna change the fact that it's gonna play in your mind like crazy. I know how it is. It's gonna play in your mind like fucking crazy to where you can't even function. But you there already. You might as well get your money instead of catching the bus home and don't make sense. But I wasn't trying to be harsh, and I'm just saying the reality is these people don't give a what happened to you or whatever you just seen. It's just best to get your money and get on. That's all I'm saying. That's because fast money is better than a 9 to 5 for a lot of people. That's why I believe in having multiple incomes because that fast money won't last long. No. Now I've seen niggas be up like 6,500. Before you know it, they're already down to like $100. I'm like, bro, like you just had money. You just did all that work just to go go back and do it again. It's like, well, man, gotta stay fresh. Like they paid it to the stip. Like that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with the inner city, like the ghetto. we played into the role of thinking because we seen our favorite celebs have this and have that. We feel like we gotta have that. No, you ain't gonna go spend no $250 or how much it is for no red bottoms or Louis Vuitton, Gucci, whatever. Like that shit is unheard of. Like I don't know nobody that was wearing like okay when I was growing up, the highest designer you could have at the time back in the day was like Coach, like it was Coach because I remember a lot of females used to have Coach bags, and the dudes used to wear Coach wallets or Coach shoes. I remember them shoes back in the day. Now when I got older, that like that the name brands and the the fashion that didn't come into like we was almost done out of high school. Like that was like '09, 2010. That's when like the Gucci backpacks was in and Gucci belts and it's like at the end of the day you don't even know if it's real. Like most people stealing and robbing that shit from the mall. That don't mean it's real because they stole it from here. No, they could have found somebody and caught somebody. Like I know those people that used to go to people's houses that they was cool with. I'm talking about they been friends their whole life. Next, they fall out because somebody stole somebody Gucci backpack or belt. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing wearing this anyway? Like, this make you a target in the hood no matter what. And it's crazy because it's like, you ain't supposed to wear that type of stuff in a ghetto, in my opinion, unless you got a strap. If you got your blicky blah blah on you, hey, you can wear what you want. But if you walking around looking like Nelly off of one of his videos and you ain't got no blicky blah blah on you, you deserve what you get. That's why I don't wear nice stuff. I don't wear jewelry like that. I might have like I got a little watch on, my lady bought me a watch, but I'm not wearing no jewelry like that. Like them days is over with. And even when I had like, you want to know the funniest moment I can tell you? I remember I had what the fuck did I have that day? I forget what happened, but I just know it was a moment where I had like something valuable. Like they took the least valuable things that could get replaced, but then take the most important thing. I was like, okay, I had this and that, but they could have took the car. Rebuking them, y'all. I'm just saying, this was back in the days when I didn't have like these new cars. They got tracking on store. Hey, if you still in cars, don't do it. It's rebuking them, y'all. I want that to happen to nobody, but this day and age, you're not getting away with carjacking. Typical fact. Don't do it. It's not cool. It's not okay. But back in the day, I didn't have no car with this. I had like a 2016 Altima, so I wasn't thinking nothing about it. I'm like, I was sitting back like, okay, I got my jewelry back. Bought a new phone. I actually got a new phone free because the people took it. But I'm like, out of all that shit, they could have took the car. Why they didn't do that? I'm like, that would have made sense because you had already took my phone. And I was like, these niggas is slow. Like, I hate to sound like these niggas is dumb. I'm starting to realize, excuse me, the criminals now are way dumber than the criminals back in the day. Like your uncles and cousins and their friends, they was a lot smarter and strategic and plan things. These criminals go do shit. They just seen happen that they think if you do a real heist on GTA, if you do a heist on GTA, you could do it in real life and get away with it. No, that's not how it works. That's why so many people get hit with the book. LA is literally like the time says like GTA server and whatnot, but we already know that's not it. You feel me? It's just so weird. Folks really worshiping clothing labels. I don't get it. I don't either. Like I be like, what the fuck is the point? Because I'm not finna be like Dickies. That's like the top brand of who's in the streets to me. Dickies. My thing is I can't afford Dickies. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find some jeans. I'm gonna either go buy some jeans off Sheen or buy some jeans off of Boho Man or whatever this shit called. But at the same time, I'm not finna sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just go buy some jeans. Like one thing is, Dickies is already fucking high. They're already fucking expensive. But when you get to where you gotta go to an aftermarket store and go buy them, it's way more because they mark it up. Like all this that going on in the world right now is letting me know, like, man, I see what my grandparents, I see what people was talking about back in the day. Because it's like we going through it again. It's like, but I think us millennials ain't had a break yet. We ain't had a break yet for real because we went through so much as a kid. You think about it. I was born in the year of the riots. If you're born in the 90s, you basically a riot baby. A watch riot baby. Then you got what else happened after that? I remember Columbine. I don't even know if Columbine happened when we was born, but we had to learn about Columbine. I remember learning about Columbine. I remember that earthquake. I remember the earthquake in the 90s. I do remember that. Um, What else happened? Afghanistan, World War II, Hurricane Katrina, bro. What else happened? So much shit has happened over the course of my life. As millennials and '90s, baby, it's not even funny. What else was that other thing I was gonna say? Of course, the pandemic, COVID, the pandemic. Like, think about all that, and then not to mention all that plus what you've seen growing up, going through in life, like growing up and going through it as like living as an urban kid in the urban city, bro. I don't even understand how, like I said, God made us all strong for a reason. But bro, look at all this stuff we have, and then it's happening again, bro. It's like, come on now, can somebody make this stop? Like, please, can somebody make it stop? Because it's not making sense, bro. Like, we went through this as kids. You mean we're supposed to go through it again as an adult? Hell no. No, like, no, it don't make sense. I'm not seeing where it makes sense. It's not making sense, bro. It's very disturbing. It's very hardening. Like, it hurts the heart. It hurts my heart. It hurts my soul sometimes to be like, bro, we going through this shit again. Like it's already bad that imagine growing up living around urban wars, and then it's a war world going, and at the same time, it's like you don't even want to go outside most of the time because you don't know what's gonna happen. Like I am in my 30s and was in like, bro, this is not okay, bro. This is not okay. It's not cool, bro. It's not making sense to me. Like we gotta go through this shit again. Like, bro, I learned about the Vietnam War. I learned about World War I. I learned about World War II. Now you mean to tell me I'm living in World War III, bro? This shit is not making sense, bro. Come on now, like, man, I don't get it, bro. It's just like we doing all this for what? Like, you want to know some crazy shit that I think about all the time? And I know a lot of y'all gonna probably trip out about this, but I be like, bro, I'm barely living. How could I afford to die? Like, you're looking at me, y'all like, how could I afford to die? Like, how could I even say, like, oh, I got this set up, this set up, this set up? And it's like, bro, how? We don't even got the funds to fucking, like, pay. Like, we paying our bills, but it's like, that's whooping us. Like, then they, every year, this tax situation, then they said, I see stuff online saying Trump gonna give us this, but then I see stuff online saying he not gonna give us this. Like, it's like, what do you supposed to like? What are you supposed to believe, bro? This shit is not making sense, no. Man, when we was young, a one bird was like, I think Twin said, a one one bird was like 500. Now it's like 1,200. It's wild. When we say bird, we talking about chicken or we talking about them birds. Like rebuking them out, like not them birds, but them other birds. Like one bird was like 500. Now it's like 1,200. It's wild. And yeah, it's getting crazy out here. It's not making sense. Oh, one bedroom. I'm like, one bird? What you mean one bird? What you know about them birds? uh, I can't even serious say I ever seen some stuff like that because I haven't, bro. I'm not gonna say a lie, but I've seen that before. Nah, like on some Scarface type stuff, I ain't ever seen no stuff like that. But I can say I done seen some big stuff in that medical game. I remember I could talk about this because this is years ago. But I think I talk about it, but I'm gonna tell it on here. I ain't tripping. One bedroom, yeah, that bedroom is not cool, man. Like that shit is not cool. And you know what's crazy about like certain places, they be so focused on how it look instead of the actual tenants. Like they'll worry about what's going on. They won't worry about what's going on in the apartment complex. They'll worry about how it look so they can lie and false advertise about how, oh, this place is looking nice, oh, it's friendly, this and that. And then what's cold about it, they'll have you lie when you first get there and be like, oh, just go ahead and just leave me a good review about how I gave you a good tour and this and that. And then not even like a month, maybe 6 months later, it's always some shit going on. It's always something going on that's not in your control or it ain't got nothing to do with you, but it's always around you. It make you be like, Like me, I don't know, I be so tense. I don't even want to go out sometimes because I be like, I don't know what I'm gonna do to a person if they get them out and they get on my bad side because my bad side is ruthless. I don't like being ruthless because I'm a good person. I'm a nice person. I'm a happy person. But at the same time, I'd be like, bro, I don't like going out. And then with all this shit going on, who wants to go out and be like, oh man, I hope somebody don't come up in here and get the acting like Al Qaeda and them, rebuking them. I'm just saying, like, I just hope they don't do that. I just hope they don't do no 9/11 type shit. Like, I mean, or excuse me, no 9/11 type stuff, because it's like, it's over paranoia. Like we already live with over paranoia already, just growing up in the urban areas. And it's funny how everybody want to be us. They want to be us so bad, but don't want to go through our struggles and go through the we go through. Like Tom ain't lost as many friends as fucking Tyrone, bro. Tom only probably might lose 2 friends in high school due to drunk driving. Tyrone had lost a friend every fucking day, every month, almost a whole year straight because Tyrone and his friends live in a certain community that beef with another community. They ain't underneath of their control. It ain't got nothing to do with it's not under their control, and they beef for no fucking reason. It's been going on since they was kids. But next you know, Tyrone start burying friends, and Tyrone the only one that graduated from high school and make it out. How you think that make us feel? That shit ain't cool. That ain't what it is for us. Like we don't like this shit. We just live because we have to live through this shit. It's not okay at all. I know people that was doing way more, but back to what I was saying though, I forget the story I was finna tell y'all because it was a story I wanted to tell y'all. It was a story I wanted to tell y'all. It was a good one too. Like, um, it's funny though because it's all right. It didn't left my mind. Now I ain't gonna even tell it. I was gonna tell a good story too. It was about them times and them days or whatever, but can't even remember it because I didn't probably told it so much, or I probably didn't forgot about it because talking too much. But like I was saying though, it's like I understand why when Tupac said it's hard to keep your head up, you know, and try to keep from getting wet up. You say I try to find my friends, but they blowing in the wind. You feel me? Like that's the realest shit ever. Like how you can't understand like people don't even get people barely making it. Nowadays, people making it to like 21, 22, 25, and they still doing shit to crash out. And it's like, bro. And what's funny is, that's what I could tell you. When I was living that life, or I was around that type of shit, we didn't have much. That's what made us go that way. We want to have the nice cars, or we want to have the nice, like back in my day, you could just wear, like when I was coming up, as a teen or a kid, white t-shirts and some jeans and some shoes, some brand new shoes. That was all you needed. Nowadays, niggas be out here trying to look like the Migos and they looking like Lil Durk. I'm like, bro, you got to choose a lane and stick in it. You either gonna dress like NWA or you gonna dress like the world. You gonna dress like Outkast and them, or you gonna dress like Young Thug and them. Like, I'm not trying to talk about people's styles, but everybody got their own style, and it's like, me, I'm gonna keep it straight. I'm gonna keep it strictly NWA. That's my way. That's a Cali wave right there. I wear jeans and I did the skinnies, but the skinnies just wasn't it just wasn't me. It was just only did it because either I had no weight on me and could wear that stuff. I'm in my 30s now, bro. I would look like having a big ass belly. I got like a decent sized belly over some skinnies. Then on top of that, you gotta make sure your socks is suave and fit. You gotta make sure you got a nice crew neck or a nice shirt. You know, I'm like, bro, I'll wear a white t-shirt. I'm old school. I'll wear a whatever color t-shirt I want to wear with some Dickies or some cargo pants or something. Cause I do love cargos, but I'm just saying, like, it's not okay. The shit it's crazy the way we dressing. And then, like, I noticed in every other city I've been to, or every other, like, I've been to Dago. They don't dress like that in Dago. I've been to fucking, I like even where I live at out here, they don't dress like that. They dress like the people in the 90s. They dress old school as shit. 2000s, you feel me? LA, they still on some, I don't know what the fuck they on. They said LA, every time I look up, there's a video about something going on out there. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just not making sense to me no more. I want to ask people, okay, What's the difference between a person where they come from and just their tax bracket? Because mother could be living in the projects and have like 5 million and you would not know. Only way you know if you see what they come outside, if they wearing a Rolex watch or they getting in that new Beamer coupe, you know they got some money because they living in the hood. You know they got some money to play with, but at the same time, like that's not smart to be living in the hood with a brand new Beamer outside or a brand new Benz sitting in the parking lot. That's gonna only attract the wrong attention for you. What's your thoughts on drone strike in California? Man, I'm like this. When you say drone strike, we talking about like the drones coming from another state and they coming down to kill people, right? They like shooting at people and stuff. If they gonna do it, and God forbid, God forbid me for saying this because I know this gonna sound wrong, but I feel like they should be able to do that to people that could afford to rebuild, because the hood people can't afford to rebuild, like. But then again, it's more of those type of people in the hood now than it is black people in the other parts. You feel me? So if it was a strike, I feel like it should strike in the areas where all of the wicked stuff going on. Like, if I hate to say it, Hollywood, Beverly Hills, motherfucking Melrose, Santa Monica, even the Venice area. Like all that, like I don't wish nothing bad upon no area in California to be drone striked. But if it had to, it had to be the wealthy parts, because the wealthy parts they could afford to rebuild their house. Like, I see it all the time where my car just got stolen. I remember, where was I at? It was some stuff happening where there's always something going on in a wealthy parts where you like, damn, bro, like they go through this not every day, but it's like randomly they might go to the store, like, or they could walk to the store, but then they're gonna come back the same way they left. Like, see us, we know we coming back, we going to that store, we coming back the same way we left. If we didn't leave with no marks on us, guess what? We gonna leave some marks on the person trying to leave marks on us. Like, but drone striking, what you mean by that, twin? Like, I don't know what drone striking is, because if it's them literally trying to like kill people or lock people up, like, man, we seen somebody get a drone to fly in some stuff to a prison, and they got caught for it. They went to the hole for it. Like, it's like, if that's what we talking about with drones and stuff, I feel like it should just stay where it's at. You feel me? And me myself, I really don't be want to show my face sometimes, only because I'm like, I got on here just to make a video, but at the same time, like, I'm not. I'm feeling alive today. I'm just not feeling that. Well, really, I'm not really. I don't care about who's viewing it or watching. I just want to get on here and express myself, because I really be feeling some type of way. Like, But my question is, twin, when you say drone striking, what do you mean by drone striking? That's my question. And in fact, but twin, what do you feel? What do you feel about drone striking, twin? Tell me what you feel about that, because I don't know what you mean when you say drone striking. Oh man, allegedly one of them countries we're at war with said something about doing drone strike in California. You ain't seen it? Nah, I've been paying attention to what's going on in the world, but like I said, on my page, for some reason, more goofy shit come up about people doing stuff to children, or people, the Epstein files. But then it's like on my YouTube, I keep up what's going on around me, but at the same time, I keep up what's going up in them streets in LA too, because I still got family out there. Like, just because I'm not in LA don't mean I'm not gonna keep an ear to the street. I gotta still keep an ear to the street, because at any moment, rebuking them, Yahweh, you wouldn't want to look up on TV. Because I remember, where was I at? I don't know. It was somewhere. Oh no, it was one day I was at my auntie house. No, was I at my? I don't know where I was at. I know one day I looked up, and I remember it was one of my friends from high school, one of my homeboys who was from the same neighborhood. I look up his car, but mind you, I didn't know he had this certain car. So I remember, like, it's like crashed on what, Imperial or whatever. Man, when I heard the backstory to that, I wanted to cry, bro. I damn near cried. I damn near shed tears, because I'm like, bro, like, bro had just came home. He was getting his life together. He just had a son. Like, and I look up, his car crashed, like, on Imperial, bro. I'm like, nah, not him. Like, like, I'm like, well, shit. We know the type of lifestyle we live in, but bro had like one of them clean ass jacks too, where you like, nigga, How did you get that? But he was doing his thing though. You know, you live fast, you know how it go. It come and go fast. But you gonna be here to outstand it though. That's my question. That's why I always ask myself with that fast life, like that shit ain't no joke because time is going by fast, your moments going by fast, you don't trust nobody, you paranoid, you already don't like trust your it's like it make it harder. Like I see why Mitch did what he did and paid him for. I see why Mitch hustled till his last days because he already knew how to hustle. He knew he was gonna die in that shit. But I'm not saying it's okay to go out like that because it's not. And it's jealousy it's already jealousy in the world. You got your own family hating on you about shit that don't even make sense. But yeah, I remember like I don't know, it's be crazy like how in high school, most kids they going to go have fun at the beach or they going to house parties and having fun. Not in the inner city. It's always some chaos, some drama. And then the person that's involved in the chaos and the person that's doing the drama. And you can't do nothing but exclude yourself out of it. I always be like, nah, I'm gone. I only want to be here because I already know what's going to go next. I had already seen it so many times to where I'm like, I don't want to be around for it. Because when them black and one thing I tell you, when them officers show up with them badges, oh, if you still there, you for sure gonna get interviewed. And I'm not saying that because most of the times, even when I know it's finna get ugly, I always tell my folks like, hey bro, we need to get up out of here because I ain't trying to be interviewed by no police. I don't want the police nowhere near me. I don't want to go to court. I don't want to be involved in none of that. So we mostly got away from all that type of stuff. But at the same time, I know people that stayed around when it got thick and the police showed up. When it's the police showed up, they talking about we need IDs. You need to have your ID or driver's license on you. We're interviewing people who was at the scene, and that's not one thing you want to do. We was always told if they come asking questions, you turn away and go home. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Even if you know if that's the person, just turn your head, take your ass in the house, and go lay down and act like nothing happened. Which is so crazy because that's the reason why I got mad too. Like I remember when my child went with the little snitch thing, like your kids ain't no snitch. They ain't involved in the street code. They fucking kids. They supposed to be able to live and go tell a teacher or somebody bothering them or a kid is messing with them. Because guess what? When the parents come up there tripping, they ready to put hands and feet on you or they put to reaching for something in their car, they want to get mad at black people. Oh, it's not that serious, mom or dad. Yes, it is. Because that's somebody's baby. And you fucking with somebody's kid? Man, I'm from the old school. Even though we went there with them parents, we might have had a mouth on us, but we had them hands to prove it. This generation don't got them hands. They get hands and feet put on at the smallest situation. You cutting somebody line, now somebody whooping you through the house. Like, come on now, y'all not built like that. A lot of these generations not built like that, especially not this what is it, Gen X? Gen X or I don't know if it's Gen Z or Gen X, whichever gen it is, they not built like that. They not built like that. Millennials, we built for anything. We built to last and come home. We know how to, even if we outnumbered, man, throw two punches in the kick and get the fuck on. This generation will sit there and be trying to be Billy Badass, Batman, Superman, and get ran through and be like, see, you should have just walked away. Like, One thing about Debo, y'all want something too? And he was like, no. Yeah, a lot of people need to be no and turn around and go home. But yeah, I ain't seen that about them drones though, twin. That's crazy because drone striking is something new. That's some new shit. Excuse my language. Mostly people cuss on their live, but I'm trying to keep it to a minimum because I don't want them to, get on me about curse words too much on here. But yeah, that's something new because I see why people get fooled and come on my live too because my thing is like a chart, a business chart. But that's funny because that's what Page Status TUDOE stand for. Basically being about my business, which I want people to just support, and I wish somebody would launch me a GoFundMe to help me get my equipment for my business so I could, that's one thing I want. That's like my biggest wish. If I had to wish for something right now, I wish somebody who got the notoriety and got them funds would just help me buy my equipment and all the stuff I need to print up my clothing with. And from there, I can figure it out. You feel me? But a wish is a stretch, and who knows? It is what it is, Shit, Shaq out here buying cars. He buying girls ain't his daughter cars. He every time you turn around, he buying new trucks, houses. He taking trips. That got it, shit. Kick me something down, man. 20 piece ain't nothing, bro. Kick me back a 20 piece. I probably could double out in like a month. Shit, kick me down a 20 piece check. I know you got it, shit. I could use it. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be like you. I don't want to be. I don't want to be in this type of line of work. This security shit suck. It suck ass, bro. It suck ass bad. I don't like it. I don't. And another thing about jobs I don't like is that they don't want to let you in because you ain't got certain credentials, which is straight bullshit. Because you know, we're gonna say little Lisa. We're gonna just say pretty Lisa, who's a fax copier machine, could come up in there and blow the big time CEO and get a position right next to the big time CEO. So that shit is capped too. So that's why I don't like corporate jobs because they discriminate off top. They don't like people. They don't like to let people be themselves. And then when we figure out something, they want to get mad at us like, oh, how did they figure it out? Or damn, I wish, it's like us and them. It's like us versus them with cooking. We know they can't cook worth a damn, but they want to come over to the hood to come get some collard greens, some fried chicken. They want to come to the hood and get them some chitlins and some catfish. You should see these videos with these white kids reacting crazy because they done got some soul food. They start talking like us, acting like us. I'm like, bro, come on now. All you ate was a piece of chicken. Like, it's not that serious. Like, nigga, what? They ain't gonna see me start talking like it's me, Mario, Luigi. This is my restaurant. Would you like some pasta, some lasagna, or some pizza? I don't talk like that after I eat some fucking pizza. And I'm sure not talking crazy after I eat some tacos. Or I'm not talking crazy when I eat some Russian food. Whatever nationality you is. I'm not acting like that because I just ate their food. I'm still me. Can people just keep it to themselves? Like, yeah, I fuck with black people food, but I'm not gonna act. I don't know what it is. It's like our genetics is in that food. Once they eat it, they start acting, walking, talking. They start trying to be gang, and all that after they eat our food. That shit is disrespectful. I'm not out here doing the African dance every time I eat some African food. Shit, I'm not even doing that because I don't even like that type of food. And it ain't nothing racist. It's just the fact that, hey, if I can't make it to the bathroom in 15 seconds, and I feel like it's gonna come down, nope, I'm not even gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat it if it's too hot. I don't even like spicy food. And one thing about African food, I tasted a little bit of that stuff, and my sister had let me taste it because the spiciest food to me is literally Belizean tamales and African food. I'll tell you that for sure because I had that before. But that African food, oh, it ain't no joke. You better have some handy wipes. You better have some baby wipes. You better have like 2 things of tissue because once you eat that, you finna be on the toilet stuck. Like, that ain't no joke. It's worse than being constipated after eating like government cheese. And I don't mean to say it like that, but it's bad. Like, it's just, it come out, but it's like people always eat the one hot chip. They always be like, man, I don't know why I just did that. And then they be freaking out, it's hot. But then it may stop after you get the ice cream and the milk in you. But once you gotta go to the bathroom, you're gonna feel it all over again, but you're gonna feel it on the other end. And that's not okay. So I'm just saying, like, I'll be mindful and smart about what I eat and put in my body. I used to didn't care though. But that drone striking ain't no joke. I never knew that. I never knew they was doing that. But why they said we exempt. They said if you black, you exempt. But I don't know if that's true. Because shit, that's like they always say, if somebody gonna do something to you, they're not gonna tell you before they do it. They just gonna do it. And if whoever's around, they just get it because they're around. Like, that's like I always heard somebody say, that's like a serial killer telling you, rebuking them Yahweh. That's like a serial killer telling somebody, yeah, I'm finna go massacre I'm finna go do my massacre. But they are literally chose like 2 blocks to do it on. But they ain't said they was gonna go through the whole city and do it. They had 2 strategic blocks that they was gonna do something nutty on. And they did it on. But it's like they not gonna go telling people, oh yeah, it's gonna be a massacre tonight, watch your back. They ain't gonna go telling nobody no shit like that. So why would you expect anybody from Iran to come over here and say, hey, we finna come over there in America. We finna regulate real quick. If you black, you might want to stay out the way. I don't think it worked like that. I think it's like, hey, if you in the right place at the right time, it just happens. It's like that moment of you being with your other partner, significant other. Y'all know it's gonna go down, but y'all not telling each other. It's just y'all end up in a position or the time and place for it to happen. Straight simple like that. It's just that it makes sense like that, if I could put it like that. But man, this would be crazy, bro. I don't know nobody that's gonna sit there and be like, yeah, come over here. Like, I remember the Brandon Jamal dude. I watch his content, right? He a fool. I remember when he did a skit about how he was like, yeah, Iran, you better watch your mouth. Iran won't smoke. Whatever. And I was laughing about it. And I'm like, man, I hope this don't really start a war with. I had thought about this years ago when he made the video. I'm like, man, because it was like, I think a year ago he made this video. I mean, I hope he didn't just like speak this into existence. Come to find out, looking back at it, this predicted that like he shouldn't have did that. And it's like now, everybody like in fear for their life, but people in the ghetto, like, I don't know what it is. I gotta keep saying it. People in the ghetto, like, we don't give a like, it is what it is, because either way, we still gotta go to work the next day. Either way, if we live or survive through it, we still gotta take care of our family, which is up. Like, cause I really do, because like, I hope they don't come over here with no nuke, man. I seen that Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. That's to this day, I cannot watch nothing like that. Because I'm seeing gruesome stuff in history class. Like, I'm like, bro, are you serious? Like, I remember this thing, right? And don't throw up. If you got a sour stomach, you might want to go to the toilet right now. Or you might want to cut this live off. Whoever see this. I seen a part where a lady, she literally, this is after the news said, she was still alive. She tried to brush her hair and half her whole fucking head fell off. I was like, are you serious? I wanted to throw up. Like, bro, like, that's disgusting. Like, what? Like I'm talking about, imagine somebody trying to brush their hair and their whole fall off. Like, you like, oh. I'm like, no. Like, I remember we had to take the permission slip home to get it signed so we could actually watch the film, because that shit is gruesome. I'm like, bro, I couldn't do it. I was just like, oh no. Like, even with my lady, I told her I don't like scary movies because I've seen a lot of horror in my life. Like, I like how the Boys in the Hood situation really happened on a movie. I've seen shit like that to where you probably ain't get to see them get carried home, but they in their driveway with a sheet over them. Like, it's just, that's how it's just certain things I do not like watching. And I remember, like, I don't know what it is, but she like a lot of like slasher films. Like, she like a lot of like, I Know What You Did Last Summer type films, and I don't like that. I don't. I'm more of a comedy. I don't give a fuck if I've seen Friday 13 like 15 times, 20 to 100 times. I'm gonna watch it again. Like, I have to put on something funny before I go to sleep, because if I can't, I don't know, I notice if you watch too much horror or whatever you watch, it will bother your sleep. So I don't like watching too much of that. I like to watch funny stuff, like stuff to make us laugh, because I know laughing, it actually soothes the soul, it heals you, it makes you like relax, it makes you forget about a whole lot of things. Like, and that's why I say back in the day, I couldn't be under the influence off the medical leaf and then think it's okay, because I'll laugh at somebody getting whooped out, and then the whole time it's because I'm faded. It's like everything's funny to you, and you don't know, like, you're supposed to be serious in the moment. Like I said, I can't be under the influence. Like, alcohol be like a different story. Like, it depends on what alcohol I'm on, because then that's when I get to turn up the way I'm gonna turn up. But man, if I get off the medical leave and it's a serious, hey, I don't even want to be outside because everything is funny. Well, I don't know about today's medical leave, but back in the day medical leave, everything was funny. You could be like, man, look at bro's shoes. His shoes bent over looking whooped. Everybody start dying laughing like, oh, you heard me say his shoes whooped. His shoes whooped. Like, you know what I mean? Man, nowadays, I don't know, because I already don't be smoking like that. don't be off the medical leave like that, so I can't tell you here, neither there nor there. You feel me? I just know it's not okay. So, see, look, I be getting alerts and stuff about what's going on in the world. Like, listen to this. It's a missing girl found, an 11-year-old. You know, it's like basically they found her in North Carolina, but she was missing from LA since 2020. That's crazy, bro. How she get away to North Carolina? Sad. Shit like that make you really think. Like, that's why I don't like to go cruising nowhere. If it's not made for us to cruise, I don't want to be cruising. I'm more of a type of person. I'll go get the car wash and drive around all 4 blocks of my neighborhood, or drive all around like a little district area that I'm known to drive around in, because I know the area. You feel me? It's my area. I grew up over here, or I was raised over here. Like, you know, it's different. Like, that's why I say California, we different. Niggas will go get their car clean, shined up, and go right on Crenshaw for what reason? Not going on Crenshaw, not going on Broadway, none of that. One thing I do is to show my car, I'm for sure gonna give me a white t-shirt. Make sure I got some fresh Vans on, or some fresh, whatever shoes I got on, make sure they fresh. Even if I gotta bust them down with a toothbrush, you know, do my thug thizzle. White t-shirt, make sure I smell like fresh soap and water, deodorant, whatever cologne I'm gonna put on. Make sure I'm lotion down. That's when I might throw on like my earrings and my little chain. Make sure I'm gassed up and go hit corners. Might go stop at a favorite chicken spot or something. Not scary. And the whole time they won't say nothing. They'll sit there and be quiet. Like I said. But then, some people be over exaggerating with that. Because somebody might, like, my thing is if you just discipline your child, and you know your child has a habit of running away, you might want to put a bar over their window so they can't leave. Because if not, they're going to fucking leave. They always run away, right? Come on now. You see the signs, common sense will tell you that. Rebuking them, I'm just saying. I know people that done that. But they'll be feeling their spirit. Yeah, but I wish they would. I won't come back to this house, or I do not want none of that to ever happen. I don't care how nice and kind I am to my kid. I'll just do what my grandma did to us. Load the kids up in there, load them up in the car, take them to where all the low lights end up at, and show them this is what's gonna happen to you if you do not listen and you think you could just do what you want to do. And that's scary though. And a lot of people be running away to go to like parties and people's houses. That's why I don't get hood life. You might have like 2 friends that got their own apartment in the house, right? Like, I mean, I'm talking about they making money. First thing they want to tell you is how long you be here, because you know I got stuff to do and this and that, and they're making up all the excuses in the world. But you know, man, if you ever need a place, or hey homegirl, if you ever need a place to stay, you know, just come to my house. I got you no matter what. The whole time it be some like some hidden messages in the message without you. You have to figure it out. Like, you see a certain chick that he been trying to get at 2 years in a row, and he know that she like gonna do what she gonna do on the way. He already know she gonna come over there to his house because she ain't got nowhere else to go. But he already know what he doing because he praying on her. Just like if he see somebody in the hood that's younger than him, they got the talent to like make money, He could like guide them while making money, but manipulate them in the process. That's what they do. The max I stayed at people's house maybe was a week or two. After that, they're not finna help you. You on your own. You better figure it out. They'll tell you real quick, hey, you can't be here while I'm at work. You gotta go. But them same type of family members think I'm supposed to call them today and welcome them in my house. Nigga, please. We ain't doing that. That's what we not doing. And you know, us cancers, we very petty. We won't even try to hold a grudge. We'll hold a grudge without knowing we holding a grudge. Oh, yep. They're going to look. They're going to go mess with Hole Man, look. He set another fire. Somebody seen him, called them. They're not playing. That's why I go through almost every other week. And I tell him to get on, but bro stay coming back. I can't keep him out that hole. If you want to be in that hole, that's on him. I leave him alone because, you know, we breaking them always, but my manager always say the realest shit. He be like, we either 1 or 2 paychecks away from like that if we don't do what we gotta do. So I leave him alone because I ain't got nothing to do with my site. Once to twice a month, y'all, fire department come over here, put the fire out, and kick him out that hole. Last time he was out that hole, he was tripping out, showing his ass cheeks and stuff, and I'm like, what's going on with this dude? So I tell him straight, hey bro, get up out here. So I tell him like this, I go like this. I'm like, hey. He like, what? I point down the street like, go ahead and leave, like basically get up out of here. He like, for what? I'm like, pointing like, if you don't get up out of here, I'm finna spray you, like, cause I could tell when somebody trying to insult me and trying to piss me off. And he kept like digging but turning his ass towards me. And his cheeks were showing, and I'm turning my head like, what's wrong with dude? You know? He like mentally not there. You know, he tweaking out. So I'm like, bro, I'm finna spray him. I'm like, if he do that one more time, I had my canister ready, and I was finna walk over there and give him the business. He was gonna be hollering. And I was gonna kick him and tell him, get up out of here, don't come back over here no more. But see, that's the difference between TUDOE at work and Elijah at work. Elijah was like, I'm not finna sit here and deal with this. I'm gonna just tell him to leave. TUDOE be like, I'll spray your ass from here to everywhere. You feel me? And you deal with it. That's the two difference. That's the only way I could like describe my different personalities. You feel me? They mad. You should see their faces right now. They pissed off. Like, we keep coming out here. It's gonna keep happening until y'all actually fucking cement that shit up. That's another reason why I want to be gone from the job, because the lady that was in charge of this site, she retired already. She couldn't take it no more. She retired. So what she did was, she retired. Now I remember she had like her last meeting with us and didn't tell us. She played it cool. They had pizza and stuff there, you know. They had pizza there. They had ice cream. They had I think pie. No, they didn't tell us nothing. So we having fun and whatnot. They don't even tell us that she retiring. I find out through one of the workers here, like, oh yeah, you know, such and such. No, actually, it wasn't nobody told me. They had it on the flyer. So they had a flyer like, oh yeah, such and such retirement party coming. Woo. I'm like, like, are you serious? Well, that's kind of good because now we don't got nobody like hovering and watching over us like that. Only thing is, like I said, as long as I keep this site clear. I already walked my 4 walks today, but at the same time, you feel me? Like, I don't let these people get to me. I know they be mad. They have to keep coming out, putting that fire up. I told you one night I'm gonna set himself on fire. I was like, okay. I was on YouTube Live too. I said, oh, I'm finna post this. But I would have to like turn the camera real fast if you got caught on fire. But I wasn't gonna put them out. Alright, to say this, like, I'm not an asshole, I'm not harsh, but you play with fire, you get burnt. That's the only way I can say it. You play with fire, you get burnt. That go two ways. That go just playing with fire, and it could go like in another way. Like they keep saying California is dumb, but it's like that's because our mayor and our governor didn't mess up California. That's why. If Trump was just the president, he could probably bring back California. If he put like an order in like to cease on certain things, California go back to normal. But now if they're not giving black stairs, now if they're not helping black people get in a position to make better, just like live a better life, almost everybody up. Certain people I know that got their own crib, they literally was really going to go do stuff to get money. The other half, before our time and before our generation, went to school and all that, somehow landed the job that they could get at the time, graduated to the next level, and that's how they got their business in their house. But see, there's a disconnect because people that's my age, we only know one way to get it. The older generation can show us the way, but what they do is they hate and be like, nah. They might see you doing the most positive stuff in the world. I'm like, I'm not gonna help him because I don't want him to pass me up or be bigger than me. And that's where the disconnect come in. Yeah, them 60s, them 70s, them 80s generation people really be hating on us 90s and 2000 babies, for real. They don't like to see us get to the next level. Any and every time somebody in my family was doing better than us, I cheered them on like, that's right, good job. Anybody that was on that same level with me or see me get it, they was like, oh, that's what's up, you got your little car, you got this, you got that, you doing your thing. But it wasn't like a congratulations, it was like, oh, I see you shining, or I see you doing your thing. Which is haters here. A tasty cake. A tasty cake. Like I said, you gotta let people play themselves. Because in due time, it's gonna be your time to shine again, but it's gonna last longer than their time because you're not hating, you just, cheering people on. You happy to see everybody get theirs. That situation with people is missing somebody, that's crazy. I don't even like people coming. If I'm in the bathroom, I don't even like men coming by me. Like, well, I like to, that's one thing that irritates me. When somebody see me park far, they see me go to the far stall, and they'll come right next to you like on some weirdo stuff. It's like, bro, I moved way over here because I don't like people. But here you come, being by me, which is weird. That's just Charger for sure. Man, it's 9:30 already, boy. Time kind of flying. I got like 2 hours left. But yeah, man, I be trying to tell y'all, man, y'all just don't be knowing the half, bro. I be like, I'm cool. I be cool. Got a lot of stuff. Only because I still have to provide for my family. But if I could, and if y'all want to help me, somebody start me a GoFundMe. Help me get out of this line of work. Help me to do what I really want to do, which is create clothes. I love fashion. I love to be dressed, I love to be whipped, dipped, and dressed. You feel me? That's my thing, dressed down to a T. You feel me? I like to be, what my grandparents used to say, sharp as a 10 penny nail. That's what my thing is, being sharp, being good, being fitted, looking good, and not just my work outfit, but any outfit I put on. That's my thing, and I'm very creative. I mean, that's one thing people don't know about me. I'm very creative. I don't like to, just because everybody else wearing something, like, I gotta wear something different. I can't fit in. I can't. I just don't want to be. Like, that's like somebody. It's like 10 people in the room with you, and they all got on white Air Force Ones, and you like you see, like you kind of notice it because of everybody's story. So you're like, you know what? I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna go get some. I'm gonna go get some like some black Air Forces, or I'm gonna go get like some multicolored Air Forces, or I'm not gonna wear Air Forces at all. Like, that's my type of mindset. I can't. I don't like to look like the next person. That's not my thing. I don't like to look like the next person. I mean, and I remember I was just talking about the Desto Dub dude. He going through it because people bootlegging his brand, but they so bold nowadays. They're bootlegging his clothing and then selling it down the street from his store. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's like that's like somebody that's like somebody, like, how I put it, like, that's like being down the street from Gucci or outside across the street from Gucci, and you selling fake Gucci belts, fake Gucci watches, fake Gucci backpacks, and it's like, bro, like, the Gucci store is right there, though. It's like, damn, that's an insult. That's like that's very disrespectful. That's like a slap to the face. Like, that's like a kick in the behind, bro. Like, to be doing that across from somebody's business. I in the stores like Gucci, Louis, Hermes, and all them, they kind of deserve it in a way. I know it's somebody's legacy, but they kind of deserve it because they love to pick on us as black people. But like, Desto Dub, though, I salute, bro. Even though I already don't know, bro, I give him his creds because he actually works hard for his business and he do his thing. But to do like that, that's a different disrespect. Like, that's disrespectful to where you really gotta, like, you gotta kind of marathon slap a mother. Like, kind of like really marathon Nipsey Hussle slap somebody, like, because they being disrespectful. Like, that's super disrespectful. Like he said off ATL. So I wouldn't want that for nobody. I'm just saying, make sure, even though he got all his business copyright and all that, that's funny though. People will still try it, and that's one thing I'm looking out for when I get mine up and going, because I will not play. But see, Desto Dub was nice. I'd have been like, hey, that table right there, when I come out, bet none of that be up there. And I know by the time I go in the store and do what I gotta do, I'm pretty sure I might sit back. I'm the type of person, I'm gonna get the orders, but I know for a fact if it get too like extra out or rowdy, I'll stop it. But at the same time, oh yeah, I'm gonna sit there. I'm not gonna sit there and watch. Like, I'm the type of person to really be shopping. Like, I might be in a thrift store, and if I see my brand outside of a thrift store rebuking them, I see I just see my whole shit right there on somebody's table, on a little thing standing on the rack too, like, or on the mannequin. I'll be like, oh yeah. I'll tell my squad, come here. I'm finna go in here and try to find me, like, maybe a couple dope jerseys or maybe anything that I can find that's cool. And by the time I come out of there, that whole table better be out of there. But none of my clothing been up. Like, them clothes, I don't care what you do with the clothes. You could burn it because it's not my brand. It's a replica. I know for a fact they better not be up when I come out. And I'll literally go in the store, be looking around, but I the whole time watching it go down, like, he thought it was sweet, huh? He thought it was a game, huh? He thought it was a joke, huh? You wanted to play with me, huh? You didn't mess up now. You didn't mess up now. And then I can see myself being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna purchase this, boom, 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 boom. Spend like maybe a cool little 200. By the time I come out, I'm already seeing the vendor. He whooped. He whooped. They done whooped him. And it snatched all his clothes next to him burning. I'm like, oh well, like, how would you have heard him? Like, my question to people who are actually creative, that's actually creative and actually take their hard time out to make their brand, their clothing, or they wear it and they actually created it, they came up with the logo and all that. How would you feel if somebody just came, like you just did like you just did like this dope drawing of like Michael Jackson or something. But Michael Jackson estate come and tell you, hey, you can't have that. And you looking at them like, you mean I can't? I just drew this. Y'all didn't draw this. But it's still Michael Jackson's image. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would y'all feel? Like, if you, like, it don't even gotta be with no artist. Like, how would you feel right now if you came up with a business and your logo was like we're gonna just say like a tree, but the tree got like hella tattoos. He like looking like a skater and all that. But then you see this same logo on somebody who don't even, like, first of all, they never work for their brand. They just like to copy and paste. Basically, somebody come and copy and paste your shit. How would you feel? I would be like, I'm not letting that slide. Like, I see why Tupac was so mad when he seen one of his, like, he seen his music being bootleg. I know why he was mad. Because it's like, I wrote them lyrics. I said them words over that beat. I expressed my pain over these sounds. And you got the nerves to come and bootleg my, like, what? I'm like, bro, nah. I wouldn't be comfortable with it. I'm sorry. The person that put you up to it, first of all, where your boss? Because if your boss don't tell me where he got this from, and he the one making it, first of all, you finna take 2 ass whoopings. You finna get your ass whooped for listening to that nigga, and you finna get your ass whooped for bootlegging my shit. I'm sorry, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Blood, sweat, tears, like, the days of dealing with heartbreaks and having to, put my energy in something, like, people don't know people do not know my backstory to my brand. And when it come out, everybody gonna be like, wow, I see why he's so adamant and why he don't play about his brand. Because look at what he went through. Look at what he deal with, Like, and a lot of people, and that's probably why TUDOE, he probably not really, like, he tripping, but he not tripping like that because, like, he hustled his way to get his brand. I see that. He hustled to get his way. He hustled through all the people to get the money and save the money and flip it and this and that. He hustled to get the brand. Then when he got the brand off the ground, his main influencer, which was Draco, passed away. So I understand why the way about his brand. But my backstory, oh man, people gonna be like, the backstory of the P4P is crazy. Like, do you know what he went through? Like, do you know how many nights he stayed up doing that? Do you know how, like, how he did this and how he did that? People gonna know my story. And when I know my story, I'm gonna just tell you right now, y'all gonna be like, wow, bro, I see why he, like, and just to show you the faces is the reason why, man, I came up with this, like, man, because I remember this and that. Like, and another thing, imagine creating something you could pass it down to your kids, or imagine, like, I see what Dame Dash was talking about. Imagine, like, I see why Tupac, Dame Dash, TUDOE, I can see why they were so mad about people bootlegging or copywriting their shit. Because it's like, bro, I worked hard for this. I created this. And you gonna try to come and, like, it's not even stepping on my toes. It's like a slap you to the face. Hey, a F you. Like a F you to the face. And you like, oh, my bad, bro. Nah, it's not no, my bad, bro. You told me F me. And then they wonder why people be whooping feet. People be wondering why they be kicking them in their ass. And people be wondering why people be picking on people like they fresh out of town or fresh off the boat, rebuking them. I'm just saying, like, people want to know why they get that nerd treatment in high school. Because look at what you doing. You don't come playing with somebody like that. That's like sitting there playing with a lion in his face, hanging steak in his face. But he know that steak was already supposed to be on his plate. Man, that lion ain't finna play with you. He gonna eat your ass up. He gonna be like, shit, I got 2 for 1 today. I got me a steak and I got me a human. Let's see how tasty this tastes. I just feel like it's not cool, bro. It's not cool. And I promise, I pray that's why I don't even like to look at people's brands. I don't like to look at people's ideas or nothing. Like, if I hear something and it sound good, I'll I won't use it, but I'll, like, basically take a phrase and make it my own, but create it with my own words. Like, somebody could be like, man, today is a nice day. I'd be like, man, today is a good day to be from the east side. Like, or, man, today is a blessed east side day. Like, that type of shit I would do. Feel me? Like people will be like, "Oh man, today's a perfect day to go surfing." Well, today is the day to go, hang and cruise. Like that's what I would do. You feel me? But these days, people don't know how to be genuine. People do not know how to be authentic. People do not know how to be creative. And then they got the nerves to get mad at you for feeling the way you feel when somebody play with your brand. I hate to say it. If people out there don't wake up and get on their creative shit, and they don't use what they say in SpongeBob, imagination. Remember, imagination. They don't know how to use that. You do. You do. Anybody could act like anybody. Anybody could be an impersonator of somebody. It's the creativity that you put into that make you actually stand out and pop. I mean, I don't care how many. We can say I don't care how many. I'm gonna say I don't care how many Bugs Bunny impersonations you do. You will not ever be Bugs Bunny, but because you put the time and the effort to actually learn what Bugs Bunny do, that's what make you not greater than Bugs Bunny, but close or a little bit near Bugs Bunny. You get what I'm saying? Like you gotta put in that time and that work and that consistency to actually, I got it under hand. I got them down. I could do this impersonation. I could do that. But you won't ever be the person. It's just you got good at impersonating somebody. Like, and it's not okay to steal from people. Don't ever take nobody else's idea and steal and run with it. Like me, I literally started with a name, came up with it, got somebody who I know to draw my logo up, which was a family member. I think I even shot my sister some money for doing that. And then I did the steps to get it digitalized and add color to it. I did the steps to edit and make other logos. Nobody didn't do that. That's off me. That's my blood, sweat, and tears. That's off my pain. You feel me? Off the back of my ancestors. But people who ain't in that type of lifestyle think they can come and play with somebody's brand. They wonder why they end up, begging for their life. Like, that's what it usually boils down to. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt. Or please just give me another chance. I promise I'll never do it again. And it's like, bro, people know what the fuck they be doing. Like, Nipsey Hussle seen his brand. One time, I don't know if he was at the Swap Meet or wherever, he did it like a live and he showed like, hey, that's my brand. Like, you gotta take that down. That ain't marathon. That ain't official marathon. He said, you know what? Because people want to play with my brand, he put a tag on it. The smartest thing he did. To this day, people walking around with fake marathon, fake Crenshaw clothing on and don't have that tag on it. Like, I remember I was at this store in LA. It's called, what's the name of this damn store? Damn, is it General Discount? General Discount. It's called General Discount. General Discount, right? The store been around since I was in the middle school, since I was in high school, even when I got grown. I used to buy all my headphones from here. I stayed buying gummy headphones from there. I used to stay buying my MP3s from there. I used to stay buying my SanDisk little cards from there. My sister was like, I remember I came home one day, I'm like, oh, I like that shirt that you got. She like, well, bro, I got it from the dollar store. I'm like, what dollar store? I don't know no dollar store that sell clothes. She said the store right there on, she said the cross streets and all that. And I said, General Discount? She said, yeah. I said, oh, I gotta go take a look. Mind you, I always go in the store and don't ever go to the back of the store because that's where the clothes at. Not thinking. So I just walk up in there one day. I'm walking up in there, see the clothes. Okay, I see a little jacket I want. My sister will buy me some stuff too when I had the funds. So when I had the funds, I would buy me some to make sure I had some too. Man, when I tell you, I was like, bro, are you serious? Not bad. But what I was saying was, I remember like seeing the clothes and stuff. I was like, man, I'm gonna just start buying clothes from here. Because at first I was going to a store down the way from there. They had the same exact thing about what I think they was doing. I think they was paying the people that they getting their clothes from Okay, the clothing store that was right there, I think they was paying them to like get them shipments or whatever, or loads. But then after they moved away, they still was getting close. So that's when I knew that they was doing that. They was doing that on their own. So I got my clothes from there or whatever. And was like, wow, bro, like, it's kind of crazy, like how, you wouldn't even think stores like this will sell nice clothes like this. I'm talking about I got this jacket that's so dope. I only seen one person with it, and I knew exactly where they got it from. But I didn't say nothing to them because I didn't want them to know I got my jacket from where they got their jacket from. So I didn't say nothing about it. But everybody that see that jacket, I got like two different, like I said, I'm so different. I buy stuff that people wouldn't usually buy. It don't matter if I buy it online or if I buy it in person. It's going to be different from what other people wear. And I got this one jacket. Everybody to this day compliment me. Every time they see me with it, like, oh, this is nice. This is dope. Where you get this from? Oh, I just bought it online. I ain't telling the site, but I bought it online, Like, and that's my gift to being a human being. I'm different. I don't like to wear what everybody else wear. I like to stand out. Yeah. I might see, for instance, like I might hear all money in, no money out, right? Okay, that's Nipsey Hussle's way of saying whatever he say. I'll say P4P each and every day, each and every way, make a way out of no way. You feel me? That's my slogan. So when people be thinking like, I'm not creative, I'm not unique, I'm not different, I'm very creative, I'm very different, I'm very unique. It's just the world don't want to see it right now because it's not my time right now. But one day or someday or whenever my time comes, soon, very soon, I know it's coming very soon, you're going to have to listen to me. And I'm going to have to say, pay status, pay status, pay status, pay status, TUDOE, pay status, pay status, pay status, pay status, TUDOE. And I'm going to have to hit you with the, what it is, YouTube. Better yet, what's up, YouTube? And that's how you going to know. Because that's my slogan. That's what I came up with. Nobody can come up with that. I came up with that. That's me and only me. And I feel like if you buy somebody else's or you jock it, you need to shout them out. When I came up with what I came up with, I just came up with that creative. Like, I just used Nipsey Hussle as an example because everybody look at Nip as the blueprint, which he was. You feel me? Still, but at the same time, you have to find your niche and find out what makes you different in the world. And you really not saying you got to chase that shit. You just got to put the work in for it and actually attract it and manifest it. Once you attract it and manifest it, it's yours. Can't nobody take that from you. Can't nobody steal that from you. And if anybody was to steal it from you, you know how to deal with them because you come from that type of lifestyle where it's a no-no to steal from the lifestyle we come from. You get caught being a thief or you steal, it cost you your life. Not just in jail, in real life, like outside of a jail, outside of a courtroom, outside of a store. It's happened numerous times to people who went and try to steal and rob people, and it costed them their life. Stealing is a no-no unless you have to steal to survive. We ain't saying steal from your own. We saying stealing is bad, period, around the board. But if you got to, you gotta do what you gotta do. Just don't steal from home, like, But it's some people that can't. They don't have nothing to live for. They have to do that. And I thank the universe and I thank God that I don't have to do it. You feel me? But that's what I'm going to say. That's my time. And I'm going to get off of here. And I'll probably get back on. I'll get back on tomorrow. But again, to anybody out there, P4P each and every day, each and every way, make a way out of no way. You feel me? And to my page, that's Piranhas. See ya.